Hey, what's up people, how are you? My name is Micaerys and welcome back to a new D&D video. Today I wanted to talk to you about an experience I had in the last season of my campaign. Well, not my campaign, but the campaign I'm playing with some of my friends. And I already talked a bit about it in a video that I will put here. And I already talked to you about my character, a druid called Gale. And well, as you may remember, I talked to you the last video about how Gale used his abilities to try to stop a fight with less harm and accidentally killed another druid, so that went really bad. Well, in that same campaign, Gale and the rest of the party discovered that Hakon, the druid that sent us to the mission where all the murder thing happened, was already back in town, and apparently he was doing some kind of spell in the limit of the city. So we didn't exactly trust this guy because he was supposed to be a good guy, but still he sent people to suicidal missions, so we were already a bit concerned about it. And when his student Astrid told us that he was using an artifact to use his spell, like a stone sphere that apparently was full of druidic energy and then very powerful, we wanted to check what was he exactly doing, because maybe it was something dangerous. So we went there and he was like doing his spell, muttering in language, and Gale, my character, recognized his voice. He was the guy that, according to Gale's backstory, kidnapped him, put him in a cage, made him kill a lot of people in order to learn about magic and some kind of mysterious project that he had, and Gale never found out. And Gale was already pretty pissed off about it because I dreamed about the guy, and before that we already had like a brief encounter with him, and I was like super angry and attacked him immediately. So now he was there, he was doing that spell, and apparently he was also our sponsor because he indirectly was the guy who made us do that mission. And to make things even worse, he was using a staff, a druid staff, that belonged to Gale's father, Thix. And Gale's father, with Gale's mom, disappeared a long time ago. So I was like, what the fuck is going on? So the battle started, obviously, and even though we were more than him, he was outnumbered. I mean, we were 8 people and a monkey and a hyena, and he was only one. Still, we were very fucked up, and the dice weren't in our side. He rolled pretty great. I mean, the DM playing him rolled pretty great. I tried to use Thunder Wave on him, but he only received half of the damage. Our bard tried to use Fairy Fire and accidentally affected half of our team, and that was pretty fucked up. Yeah, that was a possibility that could happen using that spell. Hakon summoned 4 bears, but they weren't like normal bears, they were like full of electric druidic energy, so they attacked stronger and faster than us. Our necromancer used 2 of his zombies to attack the guy and also summon a flaming sphere near to him, and both of those things will scare anyone. I mean, a necromancer in general will scare anyone, but Hakon wasn't scared at all. Actually, he resist the attacks very good, in a very insulting way. And at that point, Gale, my character, was pretty pissed off. So I grabbed the sphere, the artifact that Hakon was using, because it was full of druidic energy. And I was like, okay, if that's full of druidic energy and I'm a druid, maybe I can use it. So I hacked the sphere and I used Cold Lightning over him, because I wanted to fucking destroy him. The problem is that I didn't realize that that spell, it could also hit people that were near to him. And very, very near to him was Cafe and his monkey, two of my party members, and maybe Cafe was an interest of my character, but I'm not saying anything. Anyway, I didn't realize it, my character didn't realize it, so when I used the spell, it hit Hakon. Two of the bears that were destroyed immediately, vaporized, and Cafe and the monkey that were very seriously damaged. At that point, our bard already left because she was like, okay, nope, I'm not staying here. Our ranger stayed and summoned Mist to help our rogue because he was having a really bad time with one of the bears. But eventually the ranger, left as well with her hyena. Our cleric left as well, but not because she was scared, but because she wanted to find Hakon's student, Astrid, in case she could help us or find out what was happening and why Hakon was doing that. And yeah, we were low on numbers now. Our rogue and an ally of our group, Lucy, killed one of the bears, and our necromancer that lost one of his zombies was doing some damage with the flaming sphere, but still Hakon was very powered up and he was focused on me, I was trying to protect my friend Cafe and the monkey from his attacks. So yeah, we were running out of people, out of time, and out of heal points. And in that moment I remember something. I mean, I, the player, remember something. A spell that I didn't use in the whole campaign, but I had in my list of prepared druid spells, because it was a spell that, because of the story of my character, I learned in the time that I was kidnapped by Hakon. It was Charm Person, and I used that spell against him. I rolled and it worked, and suddenly the battle came to a pause, kind of, because he wasn't attacking anymore. He was like, well, under my spell, so he was like trusting me and all that stuff. And then I took a decision and tried something. I moved him out of the flaming sphere zone to make sure that he wasn't out of the spell if he received some damage or something. And then I was like, do you trust me? And he was under my spell, so obviously he trusted me. And I was like, okay, I hate you so much, but I have to pretend in order to do this spell well. And he was trusting me. So I put one hand in his chest, one hand in his head, and I use Feign Dead. Feign Dead is a spell that, if you use it on a willing person, like a person that agree with you to do whatever you want to do with him or her or whatever, makes that person fall in a catatonic state, like Sleepy Beauty is in a magical coma for an hour, is not affected by venoms or diseases or whatever. It's like sleeping. It looks like it's dead, but it's not. And yeah, suddenly the battle was kinda over, at least for an hour. However, it definitely was over because my partners were trying to discuss how to end this guy, and I was super scared, both as Gale and as player, because I didn't know how to finish this guy without waking him up. The bear that was still there, the bear that Hakon summoned, disappeared, obviously, so good. And while we were having that argument, our rogue ran next to Hakon and stabbed him in the head, killing him. And just to make sure he was still stabbing. Yeah, very graphic and very violent. And then was when our cleric and Astrid arrived, and she was, the Astrid, the student, very pissed off because her master was dead, and I explained her, hey, yeah, but he was a very bad guy because he kidnapped him and enslaved me. But she was like, no, but all of this was for a reason, all the artifact thing and the kidnapped him thing was for a reason. I was like, what's the reason? And apparently Hakon was doing this ritual of protection to protect the city, because apparently the end of the world, some kind of catastrophe, some kind of calamity was coming, and he wanted to prevent it, to hurt the people on this city. So at that point I was relieved but sad at the same time, because I already used my healing spells on Kathy and the monkey, but Kathy left, so I was like, oh, I was feeling bad about it. But at the same time I was like, okay, all the things that Hakon didn't justify all the bad things he did. But after hearing about that declaration about the end of the world, I could only do one thing. So I took my father's stuff that the rogue tried to take, but I convinced him to give it to me. And I promised Astrid that I will deal with this end of the world, not only to protect people from it, but stopping it. So yeah, part of our group left, alignments changed. We had before us this apocalypse situation that involved white dragons and conqueror elves. And yeah, I love our GM so much. With this session we finished like the first part of the story that she developed for us, and this is the first time that we finished like one phase of a whole campaign. So it's very exciting. I'm very excited to learn more about all of this, about what happened with Gale's parents, about the stuff that he has now, that because it's very magical and I'm very excited about it, and about this end of the world that I'm definitely willing to stop. So okay, this is the video. I just wanted to talk about it because it was just such an exciting game, and I wanted to let you know. I don't know how many D&D fans are out there between my subscribers, but if you are there, hey, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you didn't knew about D&D, I mean, it's really fun. So if you want to play it, go ahead. So I hope you like this video. I hope you pass that like button. I hope you comment, you subscribe if you are not, and we will see each other in the next video. Bye!